Hi, Rockschool drummers. Hope you're well. This is Control by Chase and Status, Rockschool Grade 7. Little playthrough for you. Shout out to channel members Colin and Rob who are working on this. This has got some stick-on-stick action, which is part of the drum part. This thing. Something like that anyway. So this is a playthrough, like I said, of Grade 7 Control by Chase and Status, the Rockschool version of it. I love these. I know the first thing people are going to say is this is a bit easy for Grade 7. But man, don't underestimate it. This is all about nailing it down. I haven't played this very much. It's my first little playthrough of it. But it's all about playing it dead straight, like nailing the feel, making it feel good. I didn't really do this actually, but there is scope. It does say in the notes there is scope to kind of change up the hi-hat part a little bit. You know, where you're going... I pretty much played it dead straight as written, but it does say you can elaborate on that a bit. The drummer can do their own thing, so you might play things like... Have a little bit of fun with that, and it's all about getting it to feel brilliant. That's the business that we're in. So remember, this is Grade 7, and again, people will say, oh, this is easy for Grade 7, but it's not always... Drumming isn't always about, for me, playing complicated, busy, impressive parts. Sometimes it's a lot of the time. In fact, I play the drums for a living. I'm lucky enough to say that, and most of my time playing live, recording stuff is spent hopefully doing simple things to a standard that makes the music really move, man. That's the whole point, like playing music, making it groove. That's the name of the game here. I should say as well, I'm a really big fan of drum grades as part of the puzzle of learning the drums. I love Trinity grades, regular Trinity College London. I love the Trinity Rock and Pop. I love these Rockschool grades as well. In my opinion, in my experience, some of the best students, the greatest students who really develop their drumming like crazy, have a look at all of these, quite honestly, and certainly follow this lovely level by level structure. I'm such a huge fan of it on the drums, to be honest. So shout out to Colin and Rob who are working on these, and anyone else who's doing drum grades. the reason I record this type of video, I should say and repeat, because people always quite often get the wrong end of the stick with these. The point of these is to demonstrate, to provide a reference, I guess, for my students and anyone else interested who are learning these tunes. I'm not saying they're perfect; they're just my run through of it, and good enough as a guide. But I'd certainly not. The idea is certainly not to copy everything I did here. It's just a reference, right? And I could just imagine. I think back to when I learnt drum grades. I found it quite challenging at times. There wasn't really any like audio reference or certainly not video reference at that point back in the early mid-90s when I first started playing. You look at your book, you'd be like, what's going on here? You practice stuff, you weren't always sure, like between the lessons that I had. My lessons were brilliant, by the way, with amazing Roger Odell when I was first learning. They were brilliant. But in between the lessons, I didn't always have a reference for like how things should sound and that kind of stuff. So these type of videos are playthroughs as a reference. They're not definitive versions. Please don't copy the things that I've played and go and perform them in your exam. They're just a reference, really, when you're first looking at the tune to get your head around it and make sure it all makes sense before you then pick it up and do your own thing. Make it your own, as they say. So that's Rockschool Grade 7 Control. Shout out to Colin and Rob. Thanks a million. See you soon. Cheers.